a pivotal time on this planet where we as human beings were born into a way of thinking instead of feeling. We were all born into this society knowing, and we were taught right from wrong. We were taught what to do, what not to do. We were taught how to think our way through. And that's not how it's supposed to be. A very, very, very long time ago, before organized religion, we were taught by ancient truths, and I will get into where that came from in a moment, but we were taught to live from our hearts and not our minds. And yet this is what we've been doing for millennia now. It's living from our heads. And we were taught that since birth, how to think out everything, how to base all decisions by the mind. And now we have to change it. We, the people in this room, the people out there, all of us that are here on this planet. Now you know you must be the strongest of the strong. No one else could do it. No one else could come here and switch the universal way of thinking and being if you were not the strongest of the strong. But your great I-ams are very, very powerful. And if you truly are God and Goddess, you can create anything. The one thing that stops you from creating what you wish to create is your limit of thinking. We must get out of our heads, remember who you are, and start to create. What limits are there to God and Goddess? There are none. No limits. The only limits happening for us are those that we put upon ourselves. We see this world, this dream that is happening, and we think we have to obey exactly how it's going. The truth is, we're going to change it. The truth is, we're being asked to change it right now.
The second experiment showed was that emotion is changing the DNA, and the first experiment showed that the DNA is changing the stuff our world is made of. So you take out that middle link, and what these experiments are showing is that when we can create certain qualities of feeling and emotion, these aren't thoughts, George, and this is the disconnect in the West. These are what are called coherent, heart-based human emotions. Genuine emotions of love, compassion, forgiveness, hate, anger, jealousy, rage. We can create those kinds of feelings in our heart. They are changing the stuff we're made out of, and the stuff we're made out of is having a direct effect beyond our bodies on the stuff our world is made of, which is just what the ancient traditions are saying, and now modern scientists are beginning to understand this because they now have documented the existence of the field as the conduit that allows these kinds of things to happen. So this is the technical side that we're talking about. This is how feeling is the language that programs the consciousness computer of the universe. Now, we're talking in abstract terms, but all of a sudden this becomes very relevant in our lives because further experiments and the documents have shown in the open literature, as we mentioned earlier, spontaneous healings in the bodies of individuals and people around them. That's for one individual. I worked with a number of other authors in Princeton University on global experiments where Princeton University used their equipment that can measure shifts in human consciousness on a global level.
This is the egg testing?
It was a GCP, Global Consciousness Project,
right.
When Dean Braden was with Princeton. And what we did was we organized hundreds of thousands of people to feel the feeling of peace in a window of time. And Dean called the people we were working with. He said, "Hey, what are you guys doing? You know, there's a blip on the screen
with his random generators."
Yes,
right?
and all we had done through the World Wide Web was we had taught people to feel these feelings of coherent emotions of peace. They weren't asking for peace or hoping that peace occurs or saying, "Dear God, please let there be peace." They were feeling the feelings as if the peace were already there, and this is what was showing up on the the graphs at Princeton, and in major population centers around the world, statistically, what happened was that crimes against people declined during the time hundreds of thousands of people were doing this. Emergency hospital room visits declined, and it happened on this day in the cities where the stock market was, like in Chicago. The market actually soared during the window of time that this happened, and then all those statistics reversed.
That's amazing.
Will you change the channel? Then we change the world. If you hear something negative on the news, change the channel. If you are reading the newspaper and there is something not positive there, change the channel. As grandfather says, change the channel, change the channel, change the channel. If you are sitting next to somebody in a restaurant who is speaking illy of others or is causing feelings other than calm and peace, change the channel. If someone in your home is speaking ill of someone else or speaking not from the heart, don't be afraid to ask them to change the channel. This is only one way out of many you can actually flip that bulb. It is simply by shutting off what we are used to, agreeing to on an everyday basis, and stopping it. If you hear negativity, stop listening. If you see negativity, shut your eyes. I am not saying ignore the world's problems. I'm saying stop giving your energy to it. As you give your energy to something that is not right and not good, it becomes more not right and not good. You cannot wish for something better but give your energy to something that just is the way it is. You can't expect it to change if you go along with it. And at each morning and each night you look at the day and say, everything is good and beautiful. And I am God and Goddess, and I am a creator. And I can change my world. Your energy vibration rises sky high. And every time you read something negative in the newspaper, your energy plummets. But I tell you right now, if every one of us in this room agrees to this contract, that we will not listen to negativity, but that we will charge ourselves and be responsible for ourselves in love and light, the bulb's going to start changing even more. And you can actually become part of the solution. You can change the world. The grandfathers were not making it up when they say, you are the very ones you have been waiting for. The grandfathers don't just pull things out of the hat. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the ones that will change the world. Not somebody else, not before us, not after us. I tell you right now, there is no Savior to come and save us. There is no one who will come and change this planet. We will. So I ask you, as my brothers and sisters of people of my heart, people of the tribe of many colors, will you join the cause? Will you stop listening to negativity? Will you join living from the heart and not the mind? It is simply as simple as shutting off and changing the channel. Will you change the channel?